Now, as we left Nick, it was just getting into the nitty gritty about how to have PSOS or perform script on server, how to use that command, and how to transfer found sets back and forth between your client machine and the FileMaker server. PSOS can run a script for you much faster than a remote client, much faster than say Go or Pro can if they are remotely connected. So FileMaker server itself can run scripts. If it runs a script for you, it will be way faster. So for any heavy lifting type applications, you want to think about using PSOS, telling server what you want it to do, have the server do it for you much faster, and then return the results back to you. And that's what Nick is just starting to dig into, is how to have those results returned to you and you get them in a list. So once you have them in a list, then what do you actually do? Well, we'll dive into that right now.
So now that I have this list, you say, Nick, okay, that's great. We have a list, but what we do? What do we do with this list? You know, that because, okay, it's a list, but I still don't have a found set yet because, you know, we call that a transfer of found set, right? So you have a PSOS that goes to another table, do searches in 3 different tables. You see, table 1, table 3, table 1, 2, and 3, right? Is doing 3 searches, so 3 different found sets. But now I want to accumulate those 3 found sets in one in the account table. So how I can transfer this found set? Very simple. So here, what do I need? So stick with me here because it's important. You need to learn how relationship works. So I hope that what you learned yesterday, and if you weren't there yesterday, I think you will understand too. You can have a relationship between 2 tables that are identical. So you can have a link to accounts towards accounts, right? You can have this. This relationship here is tied to accounts, and this relationship here, this occurrence, we call that occurrence. This occurrence is tied to account, and this occurrence is tied to accounts too. They has different names, of course, because we cannot have the same name on 2 occurrences, but this one is the account table. This one is the account table, but I'm using for the transfer of found set, right? And what is the link on this? You remember yesterday we discovered that a relationship can work with what we call the multi-value. California, Nevada, Arizona. See, you can accumulate values in the parent key. You know, the parent key. I mean, for you, that's the parent key. So you can have multi-value. So what happens when I'm using the same table to do the thing, right? Let's say I'm going to capture script results. I'm going to capture the script result here in a variable. So I'm going to capture this. Okay, and I'm out. Okay. So I'm doing payroll. Nothing happened. Okay, hold on, I need to modify this. Okay, so nothing happened, but now I have a brand new, I have a here script result, and I have a bunch of IDs, right? So all that, the ID with payrolls. So let's say I'm taking some of them, I copy them, and I paste there, right? So this is a global field I use into my relationship here to transfer the found set. I set a field, I set this field with a list of values, which are account IDs, and I'm using relationship. Okay, mandatory. So let's say I'm putting less on this. You know, I'm putting those. So I have 4. And now I want to. So let's say I have this, and I want to show those records, which are accounts. So I'm going here, and I'm showing those are the 4 accounts that related to this. If I put more, those are the account related to those IDs. So this, what you see here, it's the same table of this one. So now that I have this technique here, I can show you the result completely here and see what happened here. So let's say I want California. Bam. I have 12 in California. What about payroll? I have 30. So it went, so now see, I have much more. So it went to the, it went to the server, it searched, I took the result of the script, the lists of IDs, I set the field, so I continue my script. I set the link transfer of fund set, which is a global field, with the result, and then I'm using go to related records. That means I'm going to the related records of these IDs that I paste there, and this is targeting the current layout. That's why we have this. Many people don't know that. Why can I have a go to related record? Go to related record using the current layout? Yes, it's because you can go to related records related to the same table. That's why we have the current layout there, right? And that is for years. This is not new. This is no news. This is there since FileMaker 5, right? So this is how it works.
Okay, we do have a question. How do you set up server to do the script? All right, when you set up FileMaker Server, you can actually go to the administrative interface and schedule a script to execute. That is what we call SASE, Server Assisted Script Execution. That's SASE. PSOS is perform server on script. There's a command that you've seen where we say, server, go run the script on the server. So that's how we're calling that, right?
So, I made a demonstration earlier about this quick find stuff where you get, it's kind of slow. Like, if you say, let's remove this, and you say you want the workstation here, and you said quick find, and you see it's kind of first, if I want iPad, you click, and okay, so now everything's cached, so the demo is but anyway, here I have a kind of a search box here. I want to search assets here. I have assets here, so I have a bunch of assets. I have 500 records, show all, so, and I want to search in many tables. So I want to search in properties and stuff like that. Those are records, by the way, and I'm going to explain that tomorrow. This is a portal, and here you have a field, and you have different value lists, and you have a menu here, you have a radio button here, and sometimes you have a draw here, you have a calendar, see, and those are, it's a portal, and I'm going to, all those are records, because this change with, so this change between objects, type of objects. So when you say cell phone, is different here. Monitor, you have a different set. You have a different set of question of properties, right? So it's kind of cool. So that tomorrow. So I'm searching on many things here, and I want to search all the Apple product here. So I'm typing Apple, bam, it's instant. I'm typing Dell, bam, instant. There's no, and that is, it will be instant with 500 records, or 10,000 records, or 100,000 records, or even millions of records. That will be super fast. I want to show you here how many records I have in the property item table. I have something like 5,000 records. So see here, I have almost 5,000 records, which is not small. It's kind of it start to be a big chunk. And you can see I'm searching in 3 different tables, and I don't have a problem of finding the thing. So this was perform script on server. I want to show you how to debug those things, And actually, I want to show you how you can use deep perform script on server. Okay, how this can be extremely powerful. Each time for those properties here, I have a set of records here For each type of asset, I have a list of properties. Okay. For routers, I have this list of properties. For workstation, I have no properties. Firewall and tablets and Linux server and network switch, etc., etc. So I have a different set of records, right, tied to this type here. What I want to do, and each time I create a new record here, this is my asset, and I want to type of asset, and I want to make sure I want to define this asset as, for example, a cell phone. Let's say it's a cell phone, right? So when I click here, I want the cell phone I want this asset to be declared as a cell phone. And also I want the properties to come here as for the cell phone, right? So when I click here, I say, okay, cell phone, bam, it's instant. I didn't even close the popover that the thing came, lets me repeat it. So see, if I want to change from cell phone to tablet, for example, I click here, you say, okay, oh, this is already set up as something. Do you want to change? Yes. So I click here, bam, oh, it changed it. So I can come again. I say, okay, this is iPad, my iPad, for example, and the manufacturer is Apple, and the product is iPad. And see, so now I have a nice, stuff. And I said, okay, this is an iPad, so it's a tablet, right? So I click here, and bam, it's instant. So here I'm creating records. It's this. Those are records I'm created based on the record I have over there, right? Based on the record I have here for iPad and tablet, so I have those records for the iPad and tablets. So I need those property information. So how I'm doing that to be super fast, like Thunderbolt, right? First of all, here, let's see what happened here. So when you click here, which script I'm triggering, perform script on server, so 2785. So what the script is doing here, is the same thing I was doing before. I'm setting up the thing. I have a kind of a parameter here. I have a parameter stuff information, and then I'm sending the pesos here. And here the pesos is doing things for me. The 2785. So script 2785. So the script, this is what the script is doing. It's performing on server, right? So first of all, I transfer all the variable I need. So I need the current asset ID, okay? The asset ID where I am in. And I want the current asset type ID, which is the ID of this type. So I need the ID of the assets. Then I can link those records to the asset, and then I can define those fields here as a firewall or as a tablet or as a cell phone, etc. So I need those two things that are coming from the parameter, the script parameter. Right? Then I'm starting my stuff. I'm going to the server, goes to those property fields, is do a perform find. So I'm searching for the type of asset I need, and then the script exports in the server. The script will export on the server the list I want, then go to another layout, and then the script will import back the records. So I wanted to show you that because I want to talk about the technique. Yesterday we talked about the technique of looping and setting fields and creating field in loop and stuff like that. I'm not in favor of this technique at all because it's not fast. It's easy, but it's not fast enough. If you want to transfer records from one table to another, you need to use this technique here. You have, let's say you want to duplicate something. You want to duplicate an entry with related records. If you say Command D, you duplicate the current layout, the current records, but you don't duplicate all the related records. So what you need to do for that, you need to go to the table and say, okay, set field and new looping, and so this is okay. It's easy to debug, it's easy to implement, but it's kind of, if you have a lot of fields, it's kind of cumbersome. So here what you do, you export in your temporary folder, you export a file, text file or whatever file you want to export, with the records and the field you want to replicate. Then you go to the new context you want to duplicate the records, and you re-import them. So FileMaker 18 solved the problem of the moving fields and stuff like that. If you guys are interested with this technique here, I'm not going to explore it too much here today, but I can make a video out of this and explain how to make it simple and how to make it bulletproof and something that will never break. So now I want to show you how to debug stuff like that. Right?
No, we have to make an official announcement. So I have an official announcement.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Breaking news at fakenews.com. Fake FileMaker News. FakeFileMakerNews.com. Here's how this works. If you go to the fmstartingpoint.com website, which is the free CRM, and you go to the marketplace at the top, then the top link says that there's all the various little free things that we do, or they're fairly inexpensive things. The lean design course is in there. The download page now works. You put your first name, last name in and your email, which surprisingly not enough adds you to our newsletter, which you may or may not already be subscribed to. But you might have marked us as spam. This is one of those deals where you probably won't be thrilled with the fact you marked us as spam. So you'll have to unspam us, because then we're going to email you the download. Okay. And once again, you'll have the one file today, and I would read the README on it. It's very important. There's a username and password for that. And it also is designed to work on server. If you run it locally, it will boot. You can log in. It'll work to a point.
But not the way it should walk on server.
Yeah, so it won't be as good or as nice or as bug-free as it would be if you park it on server.
You remember when I told you the file was server only? You said, so I fixed it. So it walks on, it works locally, but locally you won't see any pieces and any good stuff,
So anyway, so go to fmstartingpoint.com, down to marketplace, down to the lean design, top left button, hit the download, put your first name, last name, and email in, and then check your email for our spam message, right, which is free software. All right, so there you go. So I have, it took a little bit of bloodletting today and screaming and yelling in the office, why we're all like frazzled and the cell phones are getting thrown around and stuff, but we got it done, just for you.
So tomorrow I'm going to walk through this file, but I want to give you some sneak peek here because I introduced many good things here. Like in preferences, you can say, okay, preference create on server, on client, or detect automatically. Okay. So you have this kind of feature that you want to maybe introduce in your solution. So it's you see you have perform on server, on client, and detect. You remember that's what you asked me to do.
I know.
So before I didn't have this. So doing this is cool because I had to create the scripts to work on both locally and. So how to debug those scripts? First thing you can.
How to debug PSOS.
Yeah. First thing you can do, you can use my fancy script debugger, PSOS script debugger.
It works. Yeah. It works with 17 too. FileMaker 17 as well. Your sample file 17.
Yeah. So I don't have any 18 stuff.
I don't think there's much. I mean, at the end of the day, there ain't much in 18 anyway.
Yeah, that's a loop on the custom function, but I didn't change my.
Oh, the while on the custom
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one change, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And then the mandatory 30% slowdown on server that we won't talk about because I'm not supposed to talk about that. So
17 minimum. It doesn't work on 16.
Okay.
So how to debug? So I had the same problem you guys have when you use PSOS, and I create my own debugger to make sure that I understand what's going on there. So each time I'm launching a PSOS, I have what I call my server activity. So this is something I've built in order to debug those things. So you can see here, I have no errors here. It says no errors because nothing happened wrong. If I have an error here, it will tell me which error occurred. So that's why I have the error codes here. That's what they are, records here. That's why I have those error codes here. The records is because when I use the debugger, I want when I use this debugger here, I want the errors that to come, and I don't want the number. I want file missing, field missing, relationship missing. I want whatever missing stuff, right? So because that is something saying that, oh, you don't go to the right layout, you don't go to the right field, you don't go. So you can debug things with the error things, and then you have the duration, because the duration gives you kind of a good feedback, let's say, on what's going on there. Because if you have a duration that says it takes 10 seconds to do something, that means you are in big doo-doo. Here the duration is in millisecond. So I don't know if you know what 13, for example, 37 millisecond means. It means like it's not even noticeable by the server. Okay, it starts to be too much. Okay, what is the threshold in the too much? For me, a pieces that lasts more than 5 seconds is too much. So, and I know where you were going to object about this. You can have exceptions, okay? The exception will be the generation of a report. So that is the exception. But if you do a search that takes more than 5 seconds, that means something wrong. If you do a replace and stuff like that, that shouldn't take that much. And because 5 seconds is 5,000 milliseconds, right? So that is 5 seconds. So when you have here, you see you have 33, 50, 53, 43, 40, 47, 27. So those are like fraction of a moment, right? 5 seconds, 5,000, you start having some issues. Okay, that means something wrong somewhere. You're not doing the right thing. So what you need to know is that you cannot abuse the pesos stuff, because otherwise, if you have 200 people and you have pesos trigger all over the place for every single thing and stuff like that, and if you have pesos that last, like, let's say, like 30 minutes and stuff like that, then your server will crash pretty soon. So the pesos, that's why I have this server activity, because I want to monitor the impact on server of what I'm building. So I don't want any pesos that go more than 5 seconds, and so I'm working hard on doing this. And you will have this debugger stuff each time you trigger a script. Like for example, each time I'm searching this. Let's say I'm searching this. I think I will get an error. Yep. See, I search something. I search for something that doesn't exist. So I got an error 4.1. That means no records match the requests. I triggered the script piece of search asset. Right. This is a great tool. It's a great tool, because you can debug your stuff very quickly. So how it works? Very simple. Each time you are triggering a pesos or whatsoever. Let me see pesos. Each time you are performing a pesos and you want to monitor the progression, at the very beginning of the script, you set a variable, the start time. At the end of the script, you have the end time, the duration. That means it's you get the current time millisecond minus the start time. That means you have the. And then I have this script, very simple, that is performed on server. Yep. That means this script is performed on the server because it's during the pesos. So your client doesn't see a dent on, you don't see anything happening that I'm going to create a record in the table. And I made the thing totally universal. That means you can be on any kind of context here, okay? And you see what, and for you guys in the demo, I created what I call the pesos server activity matrix. That means you need to use this between the, during the scripts. Okay, So this is before. Then you type your scripts, blah, 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 and you have this. Each time you want to catch an error, you put a set variable error, get last error there, and then the server, at least you won't get all the errors, but you will get the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means anyway, there's an error there. You have to, and then if you fix, let's say you have 3 cascading errors. I'm going to give you the last one. You fix the last one, then you will get the second one. Then you fix the second one, then you will get the first one, and then you fix everything. So that's why I didn't want to build a gas walk just to track the number of fields. Okay, so that's the first thing. So of course you will get this. Everything is in the file, the server file. Question?
Yeah, question. How about a table with over 10 million records that needs to do a relookup using a
Pisos.
greater than or less than relationship? Currently on the client, it takes a half an hour.
Yeah, it will take something like 7 seconds on server.
Nah, it wouldn't be that fast.
It
would be, well, I would say less than 5 minutes.
No.
Okay, it's half an hour, and
yeah.
I would see less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, half an hour is because you use the right. Because if I'm using my
that's my bet.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Look.
How comes the 50?
No. I'm going to show. I can show something. Maybe that will be interesting to people. It's
I got the bet. It's coming out, baby. All right, there's your bet.
Done my bet. Okay. Where is the file? Okay, so let me show you. I want to take some time here to show you that. I won't be able to demonstrate exactly, but I want to show you how I'm doing stuff like that to make the thing like instant. So with this technique, I switched from something like taking 4 minutes to demo.
Okay.
So it was pretty much, the transportation stuff, the shipping company. One destination, one origin, one destination, a type of load, the weight or the volume of the load, and I want the price. And we are going to we were going through 80,000 records first, and then going through 5 million records, and then going through 80 million records. Okay, so here how I do that. Of course, I'm using a Pisos. Yeah. So the script 1370. So I get all the information I want: the customer ID, the rate type, the weight, the ID of the origin, ID of their. And what I'm doing is I'm going to the layout, the first layout. So I'm going to the customer. I go to the customer I want to, the customer with this ID. I'm going there. If there's no error, okay, I want, I want this. I want to know which customer it is. So I'm going there. So I am in the customer now. I'm in the customer table. And what I'm using, from the customer table, I'm setting a field which is a global with the rate type I want to. From this customer, I want to go to the rate table from this customer with a specific rates linked to this customer, and I'm using a go to related records. I'm not using searches, and I'm not using bigger and stuff like that. Then when I am in the rate table, I'm continuing the thing. I'm going to the origin and destination table, and I'm using again a go to related records, and then etc. Again, I'm going to go to related records. So I'm going to from table to table, bam, bam, bam. I'm not using any research. I search once to go to the right customer, and then after that, I'm setting fields in global, and I'm using the relationship with go to related records on the server, and at the end I have the time, the price I want on server. So very simple, extremely easy to debug, because you go to related record. So actually what I did, I transferred all the complexity and all the difficulties, I transferred them into the schema, because I keep saying that when you are in the schema, you are 10 million times faster than any kind of script you can build. So actually, I'm not doing anything here. I'm setting a field, and then I'm saying, okay, go to related records. So go to related records, GTRR, go to related records. is using Draco to find and select the fields, the records and stuff like that, right? I don't go perform find. I don't do stuff like that. And of course, I'm not in a table and then I have to go through free relationship and I want to find something there. No, I'm going from table to table, from one table to another one, from another one to another one, etc. I'm going bam, 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 and then I'm local. Right? That's why I'm saying what the example we have here, even with 10 million records, I bet you I can get it down to 5-7 seconds. Wow. Yeah, I'm positive. It's yeah. So because you transfer all the thing on the Draco side, that's why I'm using a lot of global. I'm using a lot of I'm setting global and say, okay, give me the relationship, give me the I'm using the relationship with the global a lot. That's why when you go, you have. So yeah, we need to move on. I want to finish this absolutely. I want to show you how you debug a script like that. Okay, so let's say you have a Pisos. Okay, so let's say I have this, and let's say I have this script here, right? And I have difficulty with my Pisos. It doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. I can't debug it. Something wrong, and I want to know what is wrong. Okay, so where is my Pisos? Here. Okay, here's something, right? So instead of performing a Pisos, I'm deactivating the Pisos. I deactivate it, and instead, I am creating a new window, right? And I perform the same script but locally. I'm not performing the script on server. I'm performing the script locally. The same script with the same parameters and same damn things. So let me show you how I'm doing that. So I said new window, and that can be the current layer. I don't do this. I perform script normally. I take the same parameters and I'm launching the same script, and I'm performing the same script by name here. Okay. So that's my script. Oops. Okay. So I have a new window. I perform the same script locally, and then at the end, I'm closing the window. So what I'm doing this, what I'm doing, I am creating the same environment as on server, but locally. With the new window, it's like you open a new context. It's like you go somewhere. You extract yourself. New window up is something else. And then from here, I perform the script locally. Demonstration. I do this. Let's say I have a problem, and then I launch my script debugger, and I say, okay, I commit. So I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and I start. So I have this. Okay, all my stuff. Blah blah blah, and I'll go here, and then I have the new window kicking. So here I have I have some trigger. Okay. On validate, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so I have a new window. So now I have two windows, right? Here we have two windows. Okay, so I have a new window created. And then now it performs the script locally. So that is my Pisos. I can debug it. Bam, bam, bam. He's doing everything he do, right? So he goes. So the script go. He goes to the asset table here, and he performed fine. He searched nothing. He found nothing. So of course he said, if I have an error, forget about it. Then he go to another layout. Then he performs the search. He found nothing. Blah blah blah. I debug my script. Blah blah blah. I describe my script. Bam 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 bam. I'm done. He searched again, and then my script is done, and he searched. He found nothing. So my script, I perform the script locally, and then you can see how slow it is. That means if I say cell, you have clunk clunk, right? So now if I want to reinstate my pesos here, so when I'm done debugging, right? When I'm done debugging, I can just open my script and I deactivate these three things that I keep for debug purpose, and I reactivate my pesos. And then I'm going here, I'm doing cell, bam. I'm doing iPad, bam. Right? So just to debug a script that performs a script on server, you open a new window, perform the same script, but not on server, but locally, perform script with the same parameter, exactly the same thing. And then when you're done with the script, close the window because you don't want to have 200 windows open.
Right. All right, cool. Well, that wraps it up for today. We really appreciate the information that Nick has given us. If you have questions about what we've done, feel free to email us at support@rcconsulting.com. We will be back tomorrow. The demo file is posted. Read the README. You hear me in there? The internet world, hello. Read the README, right? That will help you. It will make your life much better. And then if you do have a problem downloading it, let us know what kind of browser you have. Basically, it's a download link to Dropbox. So that should work. It's a Fortune 500 company. Hopefully they would be better at downloading stuff than most people, but you never know. FileMaker had a malfunction with Google the other day, which was kind of funny. Yeah. Gmail. So anyway, once again, this is Richard Carlton with the team at RC Consulting and FMTraining.tv, and we'll see you next time.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.